Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Straight Up Show Podcast. I am your host, Calvin, joined by my good friend, Brandon, co-host. What's up, Brandon? Doing all right today, sir?
Oh yeah, always doing good today. I do
Man,
need a little bit of energy, but still doing good.
yes, sir. You know, we're doing it big today. And you know what, Brandon? We just hung out last night. How crazy was that? I ain't seen y'all in
That was fun.
2 years. We partied so hard, y'all, that Christina decided that she couldn't come today. So that's how crazy we partied last night. And Christina couldn't come. So but now I'm just playing. Now Christina and Lee out doing some personal stuff. But today we have a part two of our famous show we've been doing. As y'all know, if y'all listen to this episode or this show, our shows, I'm single, you know, I got no kids, I'm still single. I'm in the dating realm of life, and you know, I'm trying to get, you know, cuffed up. Who gonna marry me? Like, look at this face. I'm single, y'all. Like, I'm single. I'm out there. It is big boy season coming close because it's almost Virgo season, and Virgo season is big boy season. So just letting y'all know, I'm a Virgo as well. Virgo, yeah. So. So I'm just saying, but I am single. I have preached about my experiences dating. It has been up and down, and we've had some. I don't even know. They're family now, but we've had some guests, Brandon, on our show to where they come on our show. They drop some knowledge about their experience dating and their phenomenal story about being middle school lovers, to high school lovers, to college lovers, to separate each other for like 20 years and then come back together. And they just have this bond like I have never seen before. They are probably I think two of the episodes are our top episodes, but they come on our show and they always drop some gems. So with that big introduction, help me welcome our guests today, dating experts in my hometown right now, PJ and Kitty. How y'all doing today, sir? And man, yeah, you know I'm gonna add the hand claps. You know, I got that. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing all right today?
We're doing excellent.
Yes, doing well.
Well, thank y'all so much for coming on the show today, man. I miss y'all. I love y'all. And before we go any further, if you look on Kitty's middle finger, the last time we spoke to them, that middle finger didn't have anything on it. So I want to say congratulations on y'all's wedding, because last time we spoke to them,
Yes.
they were not married. They got married on a yacht. Man, it was a beautiful wedding. Y'all got to get danced. Now, sorry I couldn't make it, but you know, I did get invited. They did invite us.
Yes.
They didn't invite us. Don't think they didn't, but they did invite us. But they tied the knot, man. And so, before we get started, how has that been to finally go through y'all's story of being middle school sweethearts to finally, after all these years, getting that ring and getting married on that yacht? How does it feel now?
It feels great, but you know, it also felt for a while surreal, like this really happened. You know what I mean? Like some you dreamed about or you dreamt about in the past, and it actually came to fruition. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I can't believe it. But you know it's real, but you still can't believe it. You know, that's how God is. You know, you never know. Can't never say never. That's what I've learned in life. You can't never say I ain't gonna never do this or this ain't gonna never happen, because you never know what's gonna happen.
So Kitty, are you still like PJ? Are you still on cloud 9 right now?
Oh man, I'm on cloud 1,000. Like I'm still giddy. We still on the phone like, you know, teenagers still when we're not together. It's wonderful. I mean, it's funny you say that, because you know, I just had a moment earlier today and I just had to stop and tell him just, I'm so thankful.
Tell her how she feel about me.
I love everything about him.
She really loved me, you know what I'm saying? And that's within itself is a major feat, because some people say they love you. See, I'm a Scorpio, so I ain't interested so much in what you say. Don't get me wrong, what you say means something, but what you do, that's what I'm looking at. What you do, it's all about actions. So if your talking and your walking got to match. You can't be talking and it don't walk it. Because I'm going to give you a chance to walk it, But if you don't walk it, then I'm walking.
Yes.
Man.
So we are having a ball, and I love them.
So y'all coming up on a year almost, 1 year anniversary here pretty soon, man. It's almost coming. Like,
Yeah, it came upon. It's already, man. He must find by time. See, time don't give a damn about you. It ain't gonna wait on you. It ain't gonna tell you to time out. It ain't gonna do none of that. Time gonna keep on rolling. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of my favorite songs right now. King George.
Yep. I like you know,
Keep on
King
rolling.
George. Yeah, keep on.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Plays
Oh
all
man.
day.
Look.
But I'm gonna tell you why I play it though.
Wow.
That part of that song say it's gonna keep on rolling. You know what I'm saying? Life gonna keep on rolling. So you can stop living life, but time gonna say you don't give a damn about what you talking about. It's gonna keep on going.
That's why me and PJ here, man, because King George, come on, man. Like
King George, dog.
Wow. If you don't know, man, you just
say, man, I'm with you.
We come from the same spot, man. Like, well, I think anybody else knew about King George, man. Like, that's okay. I know
it gets major play.
Wow.
Every trail ride, everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I say. You know, trail rides.
Yes, sir.
We be on the stage at the trail ride.
Trail ride. Say, man, we've been doing trail ride events. Man, I'm telling you, we riding horses. Hell,
we got ATV. We in the
we selling dogs. We got all kinds of
look.
I got micro bullies right now.
And y'all got people in Mansfield. You know how them trail rides be in Mansfield. But hey, even though they're married.
Mansfield, Louisiana?
Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot, my bad. Yeah, Mansfield, Louisiana, my bad.
Hey, that's my home. That's where my ground's at, man.
Yeah, I know you remember you told me. Yeah, you told me.
We were just there at the trail ride.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm trying to put on a trail ride on the land, right? I'm in talks with that. I'm trying to figure out how we can set up a trail ride down there.
Hey, I'm down. Let me know. I'll be going. I'll go.
Yeah.
So like once again, thank y'all so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Y'all see that we trying to reconnect because we got so much love for each other. We know King George, like, man, y'all, the love is real here. And I'm so glad that they were able to tie the knot and get married. But that doesn't mean they can't give us any more dating advice, right? Y'all still can give us some advice.
We still dating just because we married don't mean we stop dating. We went on a date yesterday.
Yeah. I told him he's my forever boyfriend. Like, you have to stay in that mentality.
Y'all, people have heard y'all's episode and they have come from me like I'm the person giving this advice. So y'all got me in some trouble recently. And I decided, you know what, look, y'all asking the wrong person. They ain't Dr. Phil. I don't have that kind of chemistry y'all got. So I had to get y'all on it. So today, this is not about me. It ain't about Christina. Okay. That's why because Christina, she left. She didn't want to come and got scared. Now I was kidding. I saw her last night after Brandon 4 years, 5 years. I have not seen her physically in person. 5 or 6 years.
It's been a while.
So last night was we saw each other, and they Kitty, they all attacked me at the table, made fun of me and everything. So my feelings was hurt last night. So I know I was just so loud that they got the whole restaurant heard them laugh at me. So I was embarrassed. I cried driving back home to Dallas. So I'm not going back to Louisiana. Y'all stay over there. But anyway, long story short, I met Christina last night after 5 years in person. So goes to show how crazy COVID has been. But Christina and I have been a very focal point of these dating boot camp episodes. Today, it's all about you and your questions. So if you're watching this right now on TikTok or on Facebook Live, we have a comment section that Brandon is looking at. I'll look over my shoulder here in a second and ask some more questions as well. But we're going to ask PJ and Kitty about your dating questions. And so if y'all are ready, I'm ready. So Brandon, what you got? You got any questions yet or no?
No, nothing yet, but I am watching it.
Okay. So one of the first questions I got for y'all, PJ and Kitty, is that, so I have somebody that asked me a question. I'm trying to make sure I remember this. I got bad memory. But so they've been dating when they started talking to each other. They met with the friend. The friend was always there with them, right? And so they were introduced with the friend, and now that the two are dating each other, the friend is always there still. But this friend has not got the hint to get, or not the hint, but like has not got the hint that it's about them and not them. You know what I mean? Like it's always so. How can a friendship or somebody's like homegirl basically impact a relationship?
Let me ask you this: of the situation, is the friend a girl? Is the girl or is it a guy?
The
I mean,
friend is a
who
girl. The friend is a
so
girl.
the girl, so the girl that he's seeing, girlfriend is still hanging around.
Yes.
That's what. Okay,
And she's all in the, they any kind of argument they have, she say leave them, and stuff
y'all in
like
the
that.
mix. She's in the mix.
Yes.
Well, we already know number one. They say three is a crowd. So, you know, whoever I'm dating or seeing, that's between me and that individual. Period. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool to have your friend, your ace boom coon, your road dog, your tough, your partner, or however you want to call it. But relationship should be between two people, those individuals. You shouldn't have your mama and your dad in it. You shouldn't have your sisters and siblings in it. You shouldn't have your homegirls or your homeboys in it. Period. Now, they should respect your relationship at the end of the day. That's why. So whatever goes on between me and you, it stays between me and you. I don't need your homegirl knowing that we had an argument. You know what I mean? So that's just an example that I'm using. So it should just stay between y'all. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. That's why I'm out. Then that way it keeps drama down, toxic situations down. You keep all that. That's the whole goal, is to live in peace and harmony with one another. So that's what we all striving for. We want a stress less relationship. Nobody want to be arguing every day, fighting. We got a third wheel hanging around. I like your home girl, but damn, if she want to be around like this, we might well have a threesome day. I'm just saying.
There you go.
If she want to be around like that, I might well be hitting her and you. You got a three-way relationship. But if that ain't what you want, then you need to cut out.
And you can have your friends there, right? You can have your friends, but like Kitty, if your homegirl is there and it bothered PJ saying that, hey, your homegirl around us too much, like, how would you feel? Like he say, look, either you got to cut this off. Like, if he say, look, it's either me or this is why if you're dating, if it's me or your girl, which one are you gonna do? Like, obviously what you're gonna do, but like if he puts you in that predicament and he says you got to pick.
Well, it was a situation, and I'm, we're very transparent, in our lives. So in college, when I met my first husband, my girlfriends didn't like him, and he didn't like them. So I was put in a situation to where I had to decide how I was going to have the best of both worlds. And in that situation, you have to make the decision. If you want both, then you've got to keep them separated. When you're with your friends, you're with your friends. Y'all got 1,000 other things to talk about than your relationship. And when you're in your relationship, y'all have 1,000 other things to do. You have 1,000 other ways to live and experiences that you're going to have that does not include your girlfriends. But it seems in this scenario, she's already intertwined her friend within the relationship. And so at this point, there has to be some stoppage. If she's going to stay with him, she's going to have to be in that relationship with him. And she's going to have to sit down and restructure how she handles and hangs out with the friend. And she's also going to have to restructure how she confides in her friend. Because if she's confiding in her and her every comment is to leave him, then you're well past sharing information, because obviously you're not leaving him. So there must be something still there between you and your boyfriend, that you still want to cultivate and see, and you're still hanging on hope for something. So she needs to, at this point, restructure the relationship between her and her friend and establish some boundaries and keep to those boundaries. But she also has to do some rebuilding with her relationships with the boyfriend, because you've shared so much. You've put so much share in your friend that you have someone looking at him in a negative light that is in your life. So he's lost some trust with you because of how much you shared with the friend and how the friend is behaving. Because when you share negative things, your family, your friends, and people who care about you, they never forget those things, even when you've forgiven and moved past. So you've got to be careful how you're sharing within your circle and what you're choosing to share. Because until you are in a situation to where you are really feeling like you are going to make some major moves or you're going to leave this situation, then it's best not to involve them in some of those things, and work where it really counts is right here. You and that human being that you're in that relationship with. It really counts right here. So this is where the conversation needs to be had. This is where the workout needs to be had. And then if you have to be able to tell someone, you need to make sure you can tell someone and talk to someone about it who's not really in your inner circle, because again, they don't forget and they don't forgive. So that's why, therapists are really popular when you come into these places, or if you have a work friend who's not in your personal circle, your mentor who's not in your personal circle, to be able to confide and bounce off some ideas of how you handle some things.
There you go.
And PJ, you as a man, if this was you, PJ, and this was going on, and you just, would this give you means to just up and leave, or just say forget the whole thing?
See, you never up and leave. You never up and leave. You should always try to communicate, because that's the mature way. That's being an adult. That's being grown and sexy, as they say. You know what I mean? So you want to put it out there. You want to communicate with your spouse or whoever she may be to you, significant other, whatever. So that's going to always be in the forefront, because if I leave, I don't want to leave without regretting saying, damn, I should have talked to her. Damn, we should have had that conversation. You want to make sure that, you cover all bases before you decide to leave, if that's the course of action you need to take. You know what I mean? Because the whole goal is communication. When people tell you how we stay together so long, communication really is the key. But it's effective communication. We can communicate, but shit, ain't nobody understanding each other.
Yeah.
We communicate, but that's fussing and fighting, fussing and fighting, whatever. But we have to get an understanding of one another, and we have to respect each other in the midst of that. So you have to communicate. So no, I mean, I wouldn't just up and leave. You know what I mean? So if I'm truly interested in the person I'm talking to, now she just, you know what I'm saying, you fly by, some I don't see no future with it. Yeah, I'll believe that. Just like any other guy. You know what I mean? Normally we know if we want to be with somebody like that. You know what I mean? You just have to, and it's not that we trying to take you away from your friend or whoever you close to. We're not trying to do that. We just trying to tell you and show you that it's not in your best interest to share everything with this woman about us. You know what I mean? Because in the future, you never know. She might use that to betray you. You feel me?
Wow.
Because you telling her, I'm this and that, I'm a slob, I'm this and that. But she looking at me like I'm me prime rib steak. You know what I mean? Because she ain't got no man, but you got a man. Remember. So maybe she need to get her a man to occupy her time to get you, so she won't be attached to your girl. So that tells me right there, she ain't really got nothing going on for herself. That's serious. That lets you know right there. If she got a third, if your girl got a third wing, she ain't really got nothing going on, man. You know what I mean? Now I'm talking about serious. Because if it's serious, she wouldn't even thinking about you, Calvin, or whoever it is. She be concerned about the whole situation.
Yeah. And let me just rephrase. A lot of this is not about me. These are personal
No,
questions.
I'm just yeah.
Because I'm in that category. I'm gone. Bye. Like, that's me.
But it all becomes to your priority list, right? What each individual person feels like they can take. Because some people, because we all have dated before, we've been in a relationship before, we've been in these circumstances. It's all about what you feel like you're still willing to put up with, to feel like someone is worth the effort of this, worth this distraction, worth this irritation. If you feel like the situation is still worth it, then you
give
will
it time.
give it time.
You're gonna give it.
But if you're like, you know what, I done been down this road before, I'm not interested in this kind of hassle, then they are going to leave, because people ultimately are looking for a peaceful situation. They're looking for something they can relax and enjoy. And if you're constantly looking like a headache, constantly looking like a problem, constantly looking like stress, some people may not be willing to take that ride with you.
Nah. And see, the older you get, the less you willing to ride.
Yeah. I learned that. I've learned that.
Because time, like again, time ain't your friend. Time don't pause for you. We all getting older every second.
Not me, Not me. Nah, but but no, that's some great answers, man. Like, I never thought about, like, because I'm in that category. I'll just leave. I don't got time for all that. But like me, that's why I said, like, I wouldn't know how to handle that kind of situation if that was me. Because to me, I would just exit. Like, from what y'all saying, be communicating. I guess that's where, if I was in that situation, I'm like, dang, I would just leave. Like, I don't got time for that. So going back to the whole thing of, like, you saying communicating and trust, if this relationship was started off with a lie, do you think that trust could be earned later on within a relationship or no?
Say started off with a lie. So
started off with lies.
Okay, so when will they discover it?
It didn't say it. I didn't say it, but
it didn't say.
I'm gonna say. I guess
I would say sometimes leaving out information is a lie.
Oh, I know this one. Okay, this in case in point, right? I know this one. Say if, like, they didn't say, like, they had like, okay, I'm gonna be straight up with it. So they had lived with their baby's daddy, but they're not together though, and they covered that up and lied about it. Would that be? But they brought it up later on.
How long? How long into the relationship?
I'm gonna say maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe week or two.
No, hell, I don't know you. No, that 2 or 3 weeks, they ain't enough time. They good, because
that should be a non-factor.
Yeah, that's a non-factor. Now you say 2 or 3 years, you been staying with your baby daddy. Now that's a whole fucking ball game.
But could you really think that, like, because me, when I heard the story, I was thinking, like, come on now, you stay with your baby daddy and y'all ain't, y'all not.
No, well, let me tell you. Let me tell you something, because
you got to speak. That's a scenario for one of her friends right now.
No, seriously.
And she was at the wedding on a cruise ship with us.
It's just putting it all out there.
No, but what I'm saying is this. Now, there are circumstances to where people truly are living like that and are living separate.
Yeah, and not
and they're not in any type of physical contact with one another, because they have simply decided, from a financial standpoint and from a situation of raising the child up to a certain point,
that's true.
This is going to be beneficial.
But most men ain't accepting that. Period.
Right. But
hey,
there are situations.
If she was staying with her husband, you think she gonna be with me? No, I ain't accepting that. I don't give a damn. You ain't. I don't want you there with me. Period.
Okay, but for other people in the park, there are plenty of situations where people are living like that, and there are plenty of people who are staying in the same house but not in the same room, and they're not together.
That is true. These are real situations.
These are real situations.
But it ain't gonna be my situation. So, but you got to understand, everybody different.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. You may feel one way about it, or y'all may feel a different way about it. Y'all may be cool with it. But if she don't reveal it,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
there's
In the first
reasons
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
I mean, we just met.
But
We're
again,
just trying to get to know each other.
But if she go 2 years and don't really,
that's
no,
fine. Yeah,
you still f***ing him. She still f***ing him. I'm sorry.
And 'cause this goes to one of my homeboys, because I'm not gonna lie, but like because that was, he felt like it was a lie. He just thinking that, you know, the paranoid part of it, like, just, you know, so so I told him, I said, man, you gotta accept it for what it is. Like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But to him, he thinking that it's just always something going on, you know, so he just
No, he
paranoid.
worried about it constantly. Like, but it don't matter. Let me tell you something else. This when you're real grown, Cap. It don't matter if she stayed with that mother or not. If she gonna give him, she gonna give him some. Period. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
No.
I mean, you can. I'm gonna just edit it out. You know, I'm gonna just edit it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when you become a real grown man, you understand you can't stop 2 grown people from doing whatever they want to do. We accept that. Grown people do what they want to do. We accept that part. So it's not meant for me to try to stop her or stop him or whoever. So you got to understand that. So once you accept that, they gonna do what they gonna do. Then you don't trip about it like that.
And then you're in a position to make a decision on whether or not this is going to be a situation for you, because there are people who are really living like that, and they are truly not together, and they're living their separate lives. But 2 and 3 weeks is not long enough.
It's not enough to say.
It's not long enough to say she's a liar.
Yeah,
and you've been lying.
I think she has to tell the truth. She told you that 2 weeks. Because I ain't gonna tell you I'm staying with my ex-wife after 2 weeks, and I'm just trying to get to know you.
Because I may not even like you after I go out with you a few times. So what was the reason to tell you? If
there's no reason to
ultimately
tell you.
I don't even
but
like.
If I feel like we're gonna go to stage 2 of the relationship, stage 3 or 4, whatever,
take it to another level. Then at that point, that's when.
Then I think you have a right to know.
Right.
I'm gonna add one part here. If instead of tripping about, constantly worrying about, this is where the guy or woman needs to really step in and put some guardrails around their heart. Okay, if they in this position, you need to now set some boundaries. Okay, I really want to, pursue this, want to continue this. As long as you're doing that, this is where you need to start setting some boundaries so you can potentially not get so deep to where you're hurt and you end up, falling for whatever trap, whatever. But communication, setting boundaries, and also see, okay, how long do you want to be there? Let's set some goals. How long are you going to be there?
Real questions.
What do we need to do? Yeah, what do we need to do? And what will our future be like? Just conversation. Whatever the situation is.
You want to
this
ask
is
real
where
questions.
it needs to.
That's what I said about
this is where it needs to go.
Earlier. Communication is key, man.
And ask real questions.
Yeah.
Ask like I said, Brandon, great questions. How long has this been, a scenario?
And how long you plan on doing this?
What's your plan? You have a short-term, long-term goals, situation.
And that's when you throw the because I'm a real.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be staying and fucking with me.
Okay.
My food.
Hold on right quick. So with that being said,
drinking my drink.
With that being said, though, like, let me ask you this: if they were dating and it's been almost a year and she still stay with him, like, would that still be a problem, or still understand the situation?
You still have to. At this point,
communication.
Everybody should know what.
If I know you've been. If she told me that 3 weeks into the relationship, and then she still been out a year, me and her would probably talked about it, explain. Because if I'm serious about if I'm serious about it, if I'm not serious about it, I don't give a matter of fact, I want her to keep her legal arrangements as they are. If I'm not serious, because I don't want you to come home with me. I'm just you. You just beep. Oh, I'm sorry. If I'm serious about you, then we gonna talk about it, explain. If I'm not serious about you, carry on.
Which really is what it boils down to.
That's what it boils down to.
That's why I told him, I said, look, man, you really can't say nothing unless you're gonna like pay the bills, man. Like that's how I look at it. Like
If you serious about a woman, man, we don't mind. We don't give a men don't care about paying nothing. That's why we tricks and treats. We give a damn. You
not
think
me.
I care about a couple of dollars? If I'm serious, that's what I want. I'm buying that.
Yeah, yeah. You
If
damn,
they say you ain't tricking if you got it. If I got it, it don't hurt my pockets.
damn. He's so right. My bad. That's the truth. My bad. It's the truth. I ain't gonna lie, that's the truth. So wow. We're gonna have more of these hardcore straight up questions. As you can tell right now, we have had some interesting dialogue about this, and
Yeah.
this is our dating boot camp part 2 episode.
Yes, sir.
With PJ and Kitty of Undivorceable. They have been a family on our show. Man, y'all have to stay around because we have some more of your straight up answers and questions on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
Straight up.
An actress or a model or somebody who's looking to do something impactful, ain't nobody gonna find your ass in no Shreveport.
Sometimes when you're home, you don't want to leave because you're comfortable. But your biggest dreams can be the push you need to take risk. And leaving a city that made me, a city that can't be duplicated, is a challenge I had to accept. No matter where my journey leads me, I'll never forget home. All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. Today, we have the lovely couple, new married couple from Undivorceable for you. Make sure you follow them on TikTok. The Busy, PJ and Kitty. Man, they have been doing the Hollywood South thing for the past, year or two. Got married. They're making some $1 million moves right now. I just want $1 first off. So, but they have been giving some gems about dating. This is our dating boot camp part 2. Oh, it's not about me. So if you hear all these situations, it is not me. That's my disclaimer. It is not me. Just let you know right now. I already went through boot camp already. I've had this conversation with them on the phone already. They have threw me through the mud. They told me I was wrong, but I did right. So hey, it's y'all's turn. Y'all have requested them to come back on our show for a 3rd time. So I think they've broken the record for our guest already. So they have been giving some tips about dating boot camp. We are live right now on Facebook and TikTok. So if you have any dating experts, questions at all, make sure you comment below. Me and Brandon will read them and to the couple with these dating experts. So without further ado, we want to get back into it. As you can hear already, they have been straight up about everything. But we've been giving some straight up answers, and so with that being said, we're gonna jump right back into it. These are conversations that we need to have, and it may be uncomfortable, but these are the real life conversations that people have. With that being said, we talked about communicating better and trusting and stuff like that. So one of the questions I have right now about kind of the same realm that I asked y'all was about trust in the beginning of a relationship. So at what point in dating somebody do you tell them that you have an STD?
You should say that right out the rip. Top.
You're not gonna say right at the top
You
because
should. No, I'm saying you ain't gonna wait till the night he set up candlelights or however, and he finna get to it. You should. That's something you should speak about.
when the conversation starts turning more intimate. When the conversation starts turning more intimate, at that point, I mean, I implore you to
I got AIDS.
delicately
Yeah.
start bringing up the topic of protection, number one, because if you do have something of that nature, by now you have learned, or you should have learned, or you should have been, have researched how to best protect not only yourself, but your partner. that you're with. So you start off with having those contraceptive conversations, and then you test the water, because that is a huge thing, and when you're carrying around something so heavy or that low, which so many people are, even from the 90s all the way up, so many people are carrying those type of issues with them. You should know now best practices. So you start with, okay, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you practice safe sex? How safe are you? Do you use this? Do you use condoms? Do you use, spermicides? Then you need to start getting into those things and then see their reaction.
About spermicide?
And then see, I
Yeah, we
was
gotta
a
have a
nurse.
conversation. Yeah, I gotta have a conversation.
I was in the medical field forever.
Oh,
Don't say
you know about spermicide.
But you start with those type of contraceptive conversations, because if you have someone like, oh no, I believe in going full on raw, da 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 da. Because there's plenty of people raw dogging out here still in this day and age.
But
You
they
know
won't
what I
tell
mean?
the truth. They won't tell the truth sometimes.
But we've talked about this before. You can only hold people accountable for what they say, and you can only hold yourself accountable for things that you ask. So you need to be grown enough to have those conversations, and then you test the water with it, and that's why they are with it.
I'm glad I'm off the market.
But then if they don't react well with that, then this probably is not a situation that you're probably going to get to continue, because they may not be in the right mind frame for it. But if you are really interested in this person, and then at that point you start with contraceptions conversations. And then if they're pressing like why, and you say, well, I really need to talk to you about my life. And then they do need to be forthcoming with the information, because at that point you're laying it out there. They have an opportunity to be able to accept it, transparent, embrace it, understand it, and still stay with you, or say, you know what, that's not a chance I'm willing to take from my life. And then they exit stage right. Will you lose some people? Yes. But you're ultimately trying to find a match, a partner who will say, I want to be with you and all your BS, like the Jacquez song. That's a real thing. Her issue or his issue may be an STD, but they still may be loving. They still may be caring. They still may be generous. They still may be all these other things. But this is the one thing that I have to come to terms with to be with this person that I'm really mostly yoked with.
So be accepted. Do you think people that have STDs, do you think that they will forever have issues dating, or?
I know, what I believe, whatever STD you have that you can't get rid of, you need to find someone in the same lane that you in, because y'all both understand and identify with one another. That's what I believe. I'm not saying that you can't find someone that don't have STD, but I think it'll be a lot easier someone with the same situation that you will face with. That's what I believe.
They definitely would be more
because
empathetic.
Now they know, because I don't have to explain to you what this is. We both got it. Let's deal with it. So that conversation is like they cancel each other out. You got it, I got it, boom. But someone that don't have it and you got it, that's a different conversation. You know what I mean? Because they fear of getting it and possibly, now they heard you got it. They, possibly ending the relationship. So, but if someone else got the same thing you got, that ain't gonna kill y'all relationship. Matter of fact, it might bring y'all closer. So it's all about chemistry.
It's a perspective.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's try to switch this perspective for a second. Let's try to think of, instead of like a curse, a blessing. You find somebody that will actually accept that you're gonna filter out a lot of trash people. They'll look and find you for what you truly are, and really bypass that STD you have. So instead of falling for it and possibly getting the same situation that caused the STD, it might be a little bit easier for you now to find somebody that will accept you for you and not really care about it, because they're going to do what they need to do to protect themselves and you at the same time. So let's switch the perspective. You might think of it as a blessing instead of, I'm walking around with this thing that, people don't like.
Have the confidence that you still can, because you're a good human being. Because some people that got the disease, didn't get it because they were
out there.
You know what I mean? It's just the person they chose wasn't forthcoming. Wasn't forthcoming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And knew they had it or whatever the case may be. They got, you know what I mean? They got the raw end of the deal. Think that those things happen. That's how life is. You know what I mean? We don't always get what we deserve. You know what I mean? So that's what life will tell you. Life will tell you you don't always get what you deserve. And that's the part of life we don't like. Nobody likes that. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you don't get what you deserve, how you gonna deal with it? It's the bounce back. Do you have a bounce back game? Do you have a resilience game? Determination.
Yeah. And that's what dating is.
Do you
bounce
have
back,
that?
bounce back, and resilience.
You know what I mean? Bounce back from anything. You know what I mean? So you know, as you get older, some people get it young, some people learn it. You have to learn this, man. Can't be taught it. See, when you're learning something, you know what I mean? That's personal. That's individual. You can't be taught this. I can't teach you this. It's something you have to go through to learn it. You know what I mean? So it ain't no classroom. You're in your own class by yourself.
Let's switch the gears right quick. And thank y'all so much for answering that question. PJ and Kitty, y'all been dating since middle school, and I'm pretty sure this goes back to one of the questions we had in the previous break, but this involves family. And I'm pretty sure that there were some days that your mama told you, Kitty, don't date PJ, but when somebody that has like strong family values, this is not the friend. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at you.
But like if the family is so heavily involved with not only your life but your life decisions, you got strong family values, like how can you make that this is not a friend, or this is just a family part of it. How can you get the family out of the picture to where it's not only, because when you can get rid of a friend, but this is your family getting involved now, to where they're putting things in your head and making you feel like, this person's not for you. How can someone overcome that and actually, be in love and still have a healthy relationship?
Well, I'm going to put it to you this way. You have to know what you know, what you know, what you know. If I feel like Kitty is the best thing since sliced bread for me, my life, and everything that comes with me. In my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, brothers, my cousin, I don't give a damn about what they think. Because I'm being serious, because at the end of the day, I'm putting all my marbles in this basket, putting all my eggs in this basket. She the one for me. You know what I mean? So if I have to lose family members because I chose my mate, my soulmate, so be it. You have to have the tenacity. You have to have the toughness to choose you and what you believe in. In other words, it's all about what you believe in. If you believe in that person you're with, stand on it. Stand for them. Don't let them tell you that ain't the one for you, or this, that, third. You know what I mean? So you have to realize that that person comes home to you every night. That person supports you. That person supports your dreams. That person is involved with your goals. That person is involved with your life, paying bills, sharing bills, raising children, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I can't f my mama, can't f my daddy, can't f my sisters and brothers. You know what I mean? I have a love for you, but I don't have that kind of love for you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have to realize that she, other than God, God is number one. She next, or he next. You know what I mean? Showing all others. Forsake all others, baby. Right. So if you know that's the person for you, forsake all others. Tell your mama, hey, you got to talk it out of turn, baby. This mine right here.
Yeah. Okay. So in the PG version,
Well,
you have to be able to separate people, and you do have to be able to stand your ground with people because your
Brad, why you
choice,
smile, man? You
you-
all that laugh. Brad, all that laugh like
your choice is literally your choice, and you have to
stand on it.
establish
You have to have strength
boundaries.
to stand on that, man.
You have to establish boundaries. And if my family, if you care for me the way you care for me, respect my choice. Respect my choice, or I will respect my boundary. And that's the problem. People are so afraid
They want to pick
of
sides.
they're
Everybody
so
want to pick a sides.
they're so afraid of setting a boundary.
Yeah, but see, the problem is that you ain't never set a boundary with your siblings or with your parents. You 50, you 60 years old, and you still can't tell your mama no. You've been beyond grown.
Beep beep beep.
You so grown, but your mama still controls you in a sense. Manipulation. You know what I mean? I'm your mama. Yeah, you my mama, but that's my husband or that's my wife. Yeah, you my daddy, but that's what you have to understand your position, play your position. See, it's understood in a football game, the quarterback position, the running back, play your position. The quarterback don't try to be a running back. And vice versa. So your position is my mama. You're not my advisor, so to speak. Don't get me wrong, I can go to my parents if they're giving me great knowledge. But I have to decipher what's good for me and what's not good for me in my situation. So what I'm saying is you have to understand and keep people in their position. This is my life. Again, time ain't your friend. You can let your mama then run all the good men off, or all the good women off, whatever the case may be. She already been married 30, 40 years. You trying to get to that point. I don't need no help running out. I run out myself.
Let me ask you this. So this is another question I got. You and PJ, y'all use social media to get back to each other. After all these years, it worked in y'all's favor because now y'all are together.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I want to say 09.
09. Okay. But PJ used social media to get you back. And it worked in your favor. But now that, like, because when we grew up, well, Brandon probably not, but when we grew up, we had 4 or 5 stations on our TV. Right. And that's kind of how social media is. Now you got options everywhere. Do y'all think that what role does social media play in this new age of dating? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, we have friends that are using all levels of social media in dating. I mean, Facebook has a dating section now. You've got all these mingle groups, all these online things that you can join to meet people. And, some of it works, some of it doesn't. And then you still are able to go out to social events and stuff.
Cap, let me cut off. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Social media, a lot of it is fantasy. Because I could be who the fuck I want behind the camera. But when I meet you in person, I shoot my shot in person. I see what you look like in person. I know what you look like in person. You can't run from that. See, I grew up in the era when there wasn't no social media. But now I'm still living in the era when the social media has come about. So I'm old school and new school. But I'm more old school because I'd rather go to the supermarket and holler at a chick than to go on the internet where she all fixed up, she all glamorous, blah, 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 blah. She got filters. She got filters to make her look like she smaller than what she is, or she better looking than what she is. Then come to find out, she ain't none of that. Fake hair, fake eyelash, makeup, fake eyebrows. They draw the eyebrows. I mean, everything fake about this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So when I see you in person, I can see that. You know what I mean? I can see what you really look like when you're not fixed up. We can have a real conversation. It's easy to talk behind a cell phone or a computer.
Yeah, but plenty of people are doing it, and it's
So
working for something. The one thing that
it's good and bad for me.
the one thing that I say is you have to do something. If you are looking for a connection with another human being, you can't get off work, come home, sit in the house, and go, "Oh, I wish I had a man."
But guess
Or,
what?
"Oh,
No,
I
no,
wish I
you
had
can
a
do
woman."
that now. You could do that when we was coming up.
No, but what I'm saying
You
is
could
you
you
got to
get
do
on
something.
you get on a computer and put your profile out there and shoot your shot and holler at
No,
you.
but what I'm saying is
But
you
when
got
we
to
were
get
growing
on the
up,
computer.
you had to physically be somewhere. You had to go to the skate room. You had to go to the supermarket. You had to go to the club. You couldn't holler at a chick because there wasn't no social media.
No, but that's the
That's the time. It's a different time frame now. So now all y'all gotta do is Snapchat, whatever, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
But that's what he's saying. Like
I know that's the difference. So, but that,
it is giving people more opportunities.
way
to
more
get out
opportunity,
there.
but the opportunities are because a lot of people are putting their best. They putting on for the city. They putting on the fakeness. They putting on this who I really am. I'm a real estate agent. I'm this. You ain't none of that. It's lies. A lot of this, most of this shit is lies than it is true.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So now we'll go to commercial break. I got a friend. Both of them got dominated personalities. Both of them dominated. She say that the relationship, it got to be 50-50. He can't control me. I can't control him. And from what I used to hear about growing up was the 60-40 rule. Like, do y'all agree with the 60-40 rule, or do y'all think that it should be 50-50?
I don't have a rule. When it comes to 50-50, 60-40, 80, again, I'm born in the 70s. I'm a 70s baby. So I'm gonna take care of the business. You know, as far as the mortgage, I'm gonna handle my business. You know what I mean? Now, I do believe a woman should have responsibility in a relationship. Period. Everybody should have responsibility. I'm just telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay the mortgage. We gonna have a roof over our head, shit like that. You know, if I can pay all the bills in my job, and my money is long enough to do that, I'm gonna pay all the bills. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't care about that. But you best believe it's something she gonna have to do too. You know, everybody has a part in a relationship, so I can't decide what your percentage is or what. I don't think it's 50-50 because guess what? I'm gonna use this as an example. What's gonna happen if she can't pay her car note? I'm gonna say, but I got the money to pay it, right? I'm gonna say, nah, I ain't gonna pay it because you ain't got it. That's the dumbest shit in the world because they gonna come repossess your shit, and then I might go with you to go get another car and put money and help put money on. So why not pay the car note? See what I'm saying? It's cheaper for me to pay the car note than to let her get repo. Then I have to put down payment money to help her get another car because that's my woman that I love.
How do you?
That's kind of things we have to think about.
The thing about it is, it's
us.
It's us.
This ain't no.
It's us. And
if I ain't got it, she gonna come with it, or we gonna put it together and make it happen.
But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Calvin, about taking these hard lines in relationships. That's very difficult to do and still call it a relationship. Do you see what I'm saying?
Because as soon as I ain't got it, what's gonna happen when I don't have it, or something happen, or I could get in a car accident, anything. I can get sick. What's gonna happen if I ain't got my portion? You done with me?
Some of the strongest relationships require fluidity.
You got to have flexibility in a relationship,
right? Because there's going to be some things. There's going to be some things that he does more successful than me. Not saying I can't do it, but he's better at it than me. And there's some things that I'm going to be better at to make this relationship go round than he is. Doesn't mean he can't do it. No, it just means I have a better insight into it. I may have more time to be able to do it. And especially when it comes to finances, you have to be fluid in what you're doing
and flexible.
And you take such hard lines how you take such a hard line in your finances, then that hard line travels into other areas in your life. It's going to translate to how you raise children, how you pick clothes, how do you decide what you have for dinner. It's no longer a conversation. It's the contract.
You know what I would say? Suggest we do 100-100. We don't do 50-50. I give 100% to this relationship. You give 100%. So if that means you need to catch me on a mortgage, if I'm short $100, then you get that $100. You feel me? And then we talk about we'll go discuss. Hey, why was you short this month? You know what I'm saying? That's where the communication come in. Is that you be like, well, babe, my car. You remember my truck broke down. I had to come with. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll figure out what caused the shortness, and then we just keep life moving.
Yeah. The deeper part of that, and we'll probably have to talk about that when you come back for a commercial, Calvin. When they're making those hard lines like that, it's some underlining things that person is holding on to that makes them not trust that other person to be 100%.
So I'm 100. I'm 100. So it don't matter.
There's some underlining stuff with that.
She had a record with her card like a month ago. I was like, how much to get fixed? I didn't have a wreck. She did. I could have been like, well, it ain't my wreck. For a side mirror that costs $500 fix. Just a side mirror. But they ain't got nothing to do with me. I could have said that. I wasn't driving the car. I wasn't even in the. I could have been that dude. But I said, baby, nah, don't worry about it. Let's get the fixed. Well, all right, sure. We took it to the pilot, we got it fixed. And that's it. We fixed it. It's over with. We done with that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to learn to, because I had a fender bender.
Well, you need to just learn to be in the relationship and not cookie cutter, puzzle piece a relationship together. Because at any given time, we're in this world together. Anything can happen to either one of us.
So if my baby gets sick and they say it's gonna cost you $10,000 or $5,000, whatever the number may be, for her to have the surgery, and then I got it, you think I'm gonna say, where your 50% at? And she laying in the hospital, or you think I'm gonna pay the doctors? What the think I'm gonna do?
We're gonna have more with PJ and Kitty. It's Dating Boot Camp Part 2 on the other side of the break.
Being straight up means to be able to speak in a way that is straight up, to be honest, and to speak your truth.
Raw, uncut, you know what I mean? It's blunt, straight to the point. This is what it is.
It's just a place to be open and honest, and that's what I appreciate most about it. And it provides a place for community members to come together and just be straight up with each other about things that are going on in the world, because it affects all of us.
Unfiltered, raw, with all the cursing that Calvin does.
Straight up is just being real, telling it like it is, being you.
Being solid, being who you are, no matter what it is, no matter what situation you're faced with, right? This is who you are. It really speaks to me, saying it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. Straight up.
I'm Sultan Salahuddin from Southside 62 out right now. Make sure you tune in to the Straight Up Show podcast, because that's where it's happening. You dig?
Welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. I'm your host, Calvin. This is a dating boot camp. We have had a interesting episode doing a lot about dating. Of course, we have our wonderful guest, straight up guest, Undivorceable for you. PJ and Kitty, thank y'all once again for coming on the show. This is kind of along the lines of the same thing. I'm just reading this again. And we talked about this on our previous episode, especially dealing with me. Can two people who had not healed from their trauma in a past relationship, can they heal together in a new relationship?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but they have to understand what each one trauma is.
Yes.
And that has to be communicated, and therapeutic, take therapy.
Yes.
Always talk to one another. Be open. Stay open.
Stay open
to one another. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. We shut down on things that are discomforting to us. And so that's, just as people, we need to stay open. Even if we don't like to hear something. That's the thing. We'll cut you off. We'll
shut down
because we don't like what we heard. And that's not communicating. That's being immature. Because you ain't gonna always like what you hear. You know what I mean? And it ain't gonna always go your way. So if you feel like you gotta always go your way, and you gotta always hear things that are pleasant to you, you're not mature.
And it's gonna go back to that thing to where how much patience that you can have with that other person while you're healing.
But yeah, you both can heal. You both can heal.
But yes, it is possible for two people, because you may not even be hurt behind the same things. So where she may have been hurt because, it was a self-esteem issue, verbally abused and things of that nature. Well, she could get with a person who's very cultivating, you know what I'm saying? Who's very much a nurturer that can help her see beyond that hurt and bring her to a good place. And he could be hurt behind some physical abuse. He had a woman who was hitting on him, and she could be further from that. So she can be helping him heal, to show him he's in a risk-free situation, that he can have conflict, and conflict can be resolved through, healthy ways. They could absolutely do it, but it would take being honest, being open, being transparent, being able to find that healthy dialogue for both of them and their traumatic experience. And you have
to trust one another.
You have to be vulnerable enough to tell people what hurts you.
Yeah.
And you have to be open enough.
Kevin, I gotta be vulnerable enough to just open up and say, hey man, Kevin, you're a good dude. I like what you're doing. I like your platform. I love you as a brother. I don't love you like, you know what I'm saying? But I love you as a brother. I support you in your cause. That's being transparent. That's being open. Most dudes ain't gonna say that. You know what I mean? Because we've been taught not to say that. You know what I'm saying? I encourage you to keep pressing toward the mark of the high calling. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Damn what everybody else say. Mm-hmm. Do what do what God purposed you to do.
Yes. And you can, and they can do that for each other in the relationship. Do you know what I mean? So the answer is yes. Two people can definitely
You can be successful, but it's gonna take work.
Yes. And they have to be purposeful in doing that. Yeah. They'd have to do that.
It ain't gonna just happen, but you have to work at it.
So basically she's talking to a guy. They've been talking for a couple of months, but he only talks to her or sees her every 2 months. He barely talks to her, but she just wants to, she doesn't feel like she should move on. What advice could you give her? Because he only talks to me every 2 months. He doesn't talk to me every single day. We hang out every 2 months. I'm not for sure what to do.
Yeah, that nigga married and he just, that's my advice. Move on. Move the f on.
I mean, it's a point.
Move the f on. Because if a into you, if any man is into you, he ain't talk to you every 2 months. I'm talking about really into you. I ain't talking about into the, I'm talking about into you.
BP.
Man. What are you talking about?
But what I would say to her is leave it where it is. If you enjoy his conversation, keep his conversation, but don't stop your life. Don't walk around like you have a boyfriend. He does not get a title that he's your man. You just keep doing you. If you just enjoy his company every 2 months.
Otherwise, when he comes. Type it in.
When he comes. But don't stop your life. Don't stop your life. You keep dating. You keep, you keep being out there and making yourself available for other contacts.
She say, cut nuts off. Be done with him. She talking about keep talking to him.
I said if she wants to,
he don't give a fuck about her.
But
he's talking about every 2 months.
He cannot be your only.
He does not care about you, woman. Move on with your life.
That part.
She talking about she'll talk to me.
I'm the PG version of this. Raw and rough.
Him in his with a
really.
Yes.
I hope you can beep that out.
Don't do it. It's legit word.
No, everything, and I know.
Brandon, don't. Because if you laugh, it's going worse.
Cap, she talking about, really, you want me to placate you? This you don't give a fuck about her, man. I talk to her every 2 months. That means I'm married. Or I'm a truck driver. I'm over the road.
Yeah.
I got a job where I can't talk. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, go find you something else to do. Just go find you something else to do.
Man, cut that dude off and go get you a man that want
to be with you.
That want to be with you. What she talking? I don't know what she on right now.
This next question, I actually know about this one. So basically, I got these questions misordered, so I'm sorry about that. So basically, it's the same thing about trust. Is that basically the relationship started off with lies? Dang, what's up with y'all? Relationship started off with lies. Like, yeah, I know. He said I lied to my girl 4 or 5 times, but she still stayed with me throughout the whole time. Now I finally realized she is the one. But now every time I talk to her, everything I say or do is a lie. Should I just end the relationship, or should we just still continue to try? Because or can she get past my lies, or do I have to live like I'm always, I apologize, but I feel like that no matter what I say or do, it's going to be a lie. What should I do?
First of all, since you started with the lies, now you want to bring the truths. It's your fault that you put her in an insecure position. So therefore, you have to give her time to heal. You have to communicate with her. You have to give her time to trust you again, because you started with the damn lie. So I don't know how much patience you have. Hopefully you got a lot of patience. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a relationship cannot run off of lies. It has to run off trust. And it cannot run off insecurities. And you done made that woman insecure from the jump. So now you want to be faithful, but she still think you lied to her. That's your problem. So you have to live. That's your bed. You got to lie in it. You got to live in it. So give that woman time to heal and keep showing her that she is the one. Keep talking to her as if she's the one. Keep loving her as if she's the one. And then hopefully, and they may not even fix it, but hopefully it gets you to the point where she trusts you again.
And it just could be a situation to where we keep saying counseling, because you don't always know how to fix things for the other person. But sometimes if you go in a risk-free environment where she can say what she feels like is on her heart in a risk-free environment, and sometimes that's not when we in our house, because you're still trying to live with that person. You're trying to conduct business with that person, and a therapist can give y'all some strategies on what to do. She can help y'all navigate through these feelings and then possibly end up on the other side together, which is what you really want. But if you're the cause of it, then you kind of got to stay with it a little bit. You kind of got to eat it a little bit. But in turn, she's got to be mature enough to be able to say if she is planning to get beyond this, if she feels like she can get beyond this, because if she can't, she's wasting his time too.
Yep.
This next question, I'm pretty sure I asked about this, and I'm pretty sure it was targeted towards me. But how do you deal with somebody that ghosts you often?
Don't.
Excuse me?
She said, no, I said.
Next question.
Like I said, it was towards me, I feel like.
People that are interested going to show interest.
Right. Bottom line.
It's that simple. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't underthink it. People that are interested going to show interest. Period. If you're interested in the job, you're going to fill out an application.
And you're going to show up for work.
And you're going to show up for the interview when they call. If you're not, so there you go. Keep it that simple. It's that simple. So ghost me once, ghost me twice. You're gonna ghost me 3 times. I promise you. I might give you 1 or 2 shots. After that, keep it moving. Guess what? It's our lost treasure. You was our lost treasure. Ain't nothing but gold. Your loss.
Y'all see why I love them, man. They just, just full of comedy, full of just this realness though. But so this is going back to the whole thing about the trust. So you said on the trust part of the healing, how long could it take? How long could one person put up with keep being accused of being lying to someone and feeling like they're under a lie the whole time? Like how long could a person, because
it's personal.
That's individual.
Personal.
That's individual.
That's individual.
It's not a time frame on that.
Right. There's not a time frame. It's going to be about what that individual feels like they can take. If they feel like it's been long enough, that's going to be personal. Because what I can take is different than what he could take, or another individual can take. Some people can stay in that months.
Some people stay in 5 years. Some people stay in 20 years.
Yes. So that's going to be personal. But what that person does need to decide is, have I done everything that I can in this relationship to show myself approved? Have I done everything to make up for whatever it is that I may have caused? Have I given all the good steps to bring this person to a place of comfort? And if you've done all of those things and you still are not making headway,
you got to be willing to walk away.
You got to be willing to walk away and choose you, your sanity, and your peace.
Because, like Terrell Owens say, I love me some me. T.O. I love me some me. You got to love you some you.
T.O. quotes. So it's personal.
That's therapeutic.
You just need to make sure, because what you don't want to do is leave a situation and sit somewhere and think about regret.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
There you go.
Don't think about regret. If you feel like you've done everything that you could to,
then you can walk away. Right. You can walk away and say, you know what? I did this. I did that. I did that. I tried to reconcile. So you can walk away with a clear conscience,
and you can sleep at night.
And you can sleep at night without regret. That's the goal. Because I tried. You can always say I tried. It's one thing to say I didn't try. So there you go. Wow. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's somebody for you.
Yeah. But we love having these conversations, Calvin, because it is important. And sometimes, people don't know where to turn. And so I love the fact that more men are having these relationship conversations, because women, we've always been allowed to have these relationship conversations, whether they've been toxic or effective and productive, So I love the fact that men are speaking up more about what they're going through and how they're feeling.
Yeah, go ahead and kick out our platforms and everything. I know Calvin want to get that. Calvin, I love you, big bro.
Yes, sir. No, you good. Love you too. All right. So yeah, thank y'all so much for having these conversations with us. All right. So Kitty and PJ, it is great to have y'all on the show, talk about these relationship information and stuff like that, and giving us advice. I'm glad that y'all can also be straight up about this. But so once again, thank y'all for coming on the show. So before y'all go, can y'all just tell us how people can find you on social media and things like that?
Yes, you can find us on Instagram at Undivorceable with an E, spelled UN, and divorce with an E, and able. So Undivorceable, the number 4 and the letter U, on Instagram, and you can find us at the same handle on TikTok. So hopefully we'll be tagged in all of this. You can also find me individually at Kitty Speaks Love on IG.
And you can find me at Philip Tank Jones on Facebook. That's where I'm most active at. And I have Matters of Life 365. That's what we do our nonprofit organization. That's where we do a lot of our nonprofit stuff at. And
on YouTube.
And I'm also a Bible scholar as well. So and then we also have a company where we do locations in the DFW area. for film directors in rap videos or any kind of shoot you want to do. If you need anything done regarding the location, you contact us.
Yes.
And we got what you need.
Yes. So Undivorceable is also a film and commercial location and casting company. So if you need locations for your film, your feature films, for your commercials, for your music videos in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can give us a shout at Undivorceable, the number 4 and the letter U at gmail.com. You can also catch us in movies that are coming up.
Yes. Forbidden Daughter.
Philip will be dropping December 1st in the movie called The Drop Spot by Kagan Alexander Black, the director, under the executive producer DeMarcus Bailey.
It's a Maverick film.
Yes, so it'll be on Tubi, it'll be on Peacock, it'll be on Amazon Prime. You can also find both of us and our daughter, Isabella Soleil, is the lead in that movie called Forbidden Daughter. It'll also be coming out in the holiday season under the same platforms, under the director and written directorship of Forbidden Daughter. You'll be able to find myself and my mom in the TV series The Chosen, which follows Jesus and the disciples, will be on season 3 in episodes 7 and 8. You can also find my mother and I in the Pure Space movie called 1,000 Tomorrows, which is a country and western. So, you know, they had your girl down there to be a barrel racer because we do horses.
And and we already running right now on Spectrum. Commercial.
Oh, yeah. So we do commercials as well.
We do commercials as well.
So if
she just done a Northern Tool commercial last weekend. I mean, we are really busy, and God has been tremendous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't speak. I mean, He is what He is.
So
I am. He's the great I am.
So I am leaving in the morning to California to train.
Girl.
Yes.
She stunts now.
Yes.
She do stunt action.
So I was accepted into film stunting school. So I will be a certified film stunt woman here soon. So I will be heading out to Hollywood this week to meet with Daniel Losacera, who is one of the stunt coordinators for the Mission Impossible movie. So I will be training with him and his staff this week in Hollywood. And I'm super excited for that. And I will be in the film room.
I told her, if she kicked my ass, we get a divorce.
And that's undivorceable.
So we are a family that stays booked and busy.
Man.
We're always searching to help someone with their dreams.
Enough for
but never too busy for Calvin and straight up show him and Brandon and my girl in her absence. We miss you. We love you. We'll be praying for everything in your life, for all 3 of you, for the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And we love you guys.
All right. Love y'all too, man. And y'all come back anytime y'all want to and talk to us. Let us know how everything going. Of course, we'll have all the information on the ticker below. All right.
And follow us.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow us.
Click the button.
Love y'all, man.
Love you too. Mwah.
Hey, hit us up.
Yes, sir.
Definitely enjoyed y'all.
Definitely.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right. Thank you, PJ and Katie, once again. Thank y'all for the lovely couple of Undivorceable. They are definitely invited back anytime. That's the end of our show. Make sure you come back later on. We'll go back and look at our previous episodes with PJ and Kitty at our website at www.straightupshowpodcast.com. That's STR8upshowpodcast.com. There, like I said, once again, you can look at their previous episodes and hear why we love them on the show. Also, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/straightupshowpodcast 318. That's patreon.com/straightupshowpodcast 318. You can see our different tiers, support our show, and get merchandise as well on there as well. Until then, there's only one rule to our show. You gotta be
straight up.
All right. See y'all later on.